Hi there, I am the book lady, and yes, I bring 2 books and we read them and we talk about them and we just have too much fun, right? Well, I brought some interesting books. One is about an old man. The other is about an old woman, like me. And they're very different, but they're good stories, and you're going to enjoy these. And of course, where did I get my books? Come on, where did I get them? The library. I brought a 3rd book, which I don't normally do. I brought it because if I have time, I would like to read it to you. I'm going to show you what it looks like. It's called The Library Fish. Now, if I don't have time to read it, don't worry. I will read it another time. Let's start with Strega Nona. It is written and illustrated. We learned the word illustrate. What are illustrations? Those are the pictures. Well, Tomie dePaola, and he wrote this story and he drew the pictures. And they're good. All right, let's go. This opening, there are no words on that. That's just the opening page. That's the town. Okay? That's the town where Strega Nona lives. In a town in Calabria, a long time ago, there lived an old lady everyone called Strega Nona, which meant Grandma Witch. Although all the people in town talked about her in whispers, they all went to see her if they had troubles. Even the priest and the sisters of the convent went, because Strega Nona did have a magic touch. See, people would go to her if they had a stomach ache or they were having problems. She could cure a headache with oil and water and a hairpin. She made special potions for the girls who wanted husbands. And she was very good at getting rid of warts. Have you ever had a wart? But Strega Nona, well, she was getting old, and she needed someone to help her keep her little house and garden, so she put a sign in the town square. And Big Anthony, who didn't pay attention, went to see her. Anthony, you must sweep the house and wash the dishes. You must weed the garden and pick the vegetables. You must feed the goat and milk her. And you must fetch the water. For this, I will give you 3 coins and a place to sleep and food to eat. Oh, grazie, said Big Anthony. The one thing you must never do is to touch the pasta pot. It is very valuable, and I don't let anyone touch it. Oh, see, yes, said Big Anthony. And so the days went by. Big Anthony did his work, and Strega Nona met with the people who came to see her for headaches and husbands and warts. Big Anthony had a nice bed to sleep in next to the goat shed, and he had food to eat. One evening, when Big Anthony was milking the goat, he heard Strega Nona singing. So, peeking in the window, he saw Strega Nona standing over the pasta pot. Her pot is big. Bubble, bubble, pasta pot, Boil me some pasta nice and hot. I'm hungry and it's time to sup. Boil enough pasta to fill me up. And the pasta pot bubbled and boiled and was suddenly filled with steaming hot pasta. Then Strega Nona sang, "Oh, enough, enough, pasta pot. I have my pasta nice and hot, so simmer down my pot of clay until I'm hungry another day." How wonderful, said Big Anthony. That's a magic pot for sure. And Strega Nona called Big Anthony in for supper. But too bad for Big Anthony, because he didn't see Strega Nona blow 3 kisses to the magic pasta pot. And this is what happened. The next day, Big Anthony went to the town square to fetch the water. He told everyone about the pasta pot. And naturally, everyone laughed at him because it just sounded so silly. A pot that cooked all by itself? You'd better go confess to the priest, Big Anthony. Oh, such a lie. And Big Anthony was angry. And that wasn't a very good thing to be. I'll show them, he said to himself. Someday I will get the pasta pot and make it cook, and then they'll be sorry. That day came sooner than even Big Anthony would have thought, because 2 days later, Strega Nona said to Big Anthony, Anthony, I must go over the mountain to the next town to see my friend, Strega Amelia. Sweep the house and weed the garden. Feed the goat and milk her. And for your lunch, there are some bread and cheese in the cupboard. And remember, don't touch the pasta pot. Oh, yes, Strega Nona, said Big Anthony. But inside he was thinking, ooh, my chance has come. As soon as Strega Nona was out of sight, Big Anthony went inside, pulled the pasta pot off the shelf, and put it on the floor. Now, let's see if I can remember the words, said Big Anthony. And he sang, Bubble, bubble, pasta pot, boil me some pasta nice and hot. I'm hungry, and it's time to sup. Boil enough pasta to fill me up. And sure enough, the pot bubbled and boiled and began to fill up with pasta. Aha! said Big Anthony, and he ran to the town square, jumped on the fountain, and shouted, Everyone, get forks and plates and platters and bowls, pasta for all at Strega Nona's house. Big Anthony has made the magic pasta pot work. Of course, everyone laughed, but they ran home to get forks and plates and platters and bowls, and sure enough, when they got to Strega Nona's, the pasta pot was so full, it was beginning to overflow. Big Anthony was a hero. He scooped out pasta and filled the plates and platters and bowls. There was more than enough for all the townspeople, including the priest and sisters from the convent, and some people came back for, 2 or 3 helpings. But the pot was never empty. When all had had their fill, Big Anthony sang, Enough, enough, my pasta pot. I have my pasta nice and hot. So simmer down, my pot of clay, until I'm hungry another day. But alas, he did not blow the 3 kisses. He went outside, and to the applause of the crowd, Big Anthony took a bow. He was so busy listening to compliments from everyone that he didn't notice the pasta pot was still bubbling and boiling until a sister from the convent said, "Oh, Big Anthony, look." And pasta was pouring out of the pot all over the floor of Strega Nona's house, and it was coming out the door. I want you to see that picture. Do you see the pasta? Do you know that pasta it's sort of like spaghetti? And look, it's coming out the door. This pot just keeps making more and making more. Big Anthony rushed in and shouted the magic words again, but the pot kept bubbling. He took the pot off the floor, but pasta kept coming out from it. Big Anthony grabbed a cover and put it on the pot and sat on it. But the pot raised the cover, and Big Anthony as well, and spilled on the floor of Strega Nona's house. Oh, what a mess. "Stop!" yelled Big Anthony. But the pasta did not stop, and if someone hadn't grabbed poor Big Anthony, the pasta would have covered him up. The pasta had all but filled the little house. Out of the windows and through the doors came pasta, and the pot kept right on bubbling. Now, we're talking a mess here, folks. Look at that. Oh, the townspeople began to worry. "Do something, Big Anthony!" Big Anthony sang the magic song again, but without the 3 kisses, it did no good. By this time, the pasta was on its way down the road, and all the people were running to keep ahead of it. "We must protect our town from the pasta," shouted the mayor. "Get mattresses, tables, doors, anything to make a barricade." But even that didn't work. The pot kept bubbling, and the pasta kept on coming. "We are lost," said the people, and the priest and the sisters of the convent began praying. "The pasta will cover our town." And it certainly would have, had Strega Nona not come down the road home from her visit. She didn't have to look twice to know what had happened. She sang the magic song and blew 3 kisses, and with a sputter, the pot stopped boiling and the pasta came to a halt. "Oh, grazie, thank you, Strega Nona," the people cried. But then they turned on poor Big Anthony. "String him up," the men of the town called. "Now wait," said Strega Nona. "The punishment must fit the crime." And she took a fork from a lady standing nearby and held it out to Big Anthony. "All right, Anthony, you wanted pasta from my magic pasta pot. And I want to sleep in my little bed tonight. So start eating." And he did. Poor Big Anthony. That's a lot of pasta he has to eat. And that's the end. Isn't that funny? Look at him with his fork. He has to eat it all so that she can get into her house and sleep in her bed. Did you like that? Strega Nona. I think it's cute. All right, now let's read about the old man. This book is called The Man Who Didn't like animals. Can you imagine? I happen to like animals quite a bit. I have 2 little dogs, and I've had guinea pigs and hamsters, and yes, we even had mice. And I don't mean the kind that you get a trap for. I mean the kind you put in a little cage. We had frogs, lots of animals. Here we go. There once was a man who loved his tidy home and who didn't like animals. See, his house is just spit spot clean. Yeah, and if you have animals, your house won't necessarily be spit spot clean. One day, a cat appeared. "I don't like cats. Go away." But the cat didn't. Do you have a cat? Do you know how they are? The man liked sleeping in the sun. So did the cat. The man liked watching the rain. So did the cat. The man liked to eat dinner at precisely 6 p.m. What do you think? So did the cat. Humph! Well, maybe this cat isn't so bad. Well, then another cat appeared. "Go away! I don't like..." No words on this page, but I think you know what happened. Does it look like he has 2 cats? Yeah, I'm counting 2. One day, a dog appeared. "Oh, I don't like dogs. Go away." But the dog didn't. The man liked watching the sunrise. So did the dog. The man liked gardening. So did the dog. The man liked taking walks. And of course, what? Come on. So did the dog. Well, maybe this dog isn't so bad. I just love that picture. He's sitting there with his 2 cats and his dog on the bench, and the dog's licking his face. Then another dog appeared. "Oh, go away! I don't..." Well, I see 4 food bowls. What's that tell us? Next came a duck. Oh, yeah, and more ducks. You don't usually just get 1 duck. Oh, and a chicken. And more chickens. And a goat. Oh, and more goats. And a pig. And more pigs. And a cow. And more cows. And finally, look at those cows. Moo. Some cranky neighbors. "You must get rid of those animals. This is not a farm. I thought you didn't like animals." Oh, yeah, well, the man had a thought, so too. He called a meeting, and the animals, they gathered around. "I'm sorry, but you'll have to go." The animals filed slowly out the door, one by one. Look at them. They all have their heads down. As they grew smaller, and we'll talk about what that means, but that means they're getting further away, the man's heart broke right in 2. wait, he called. Ah, I love that picture. The man loved his tidy home. Oh, yes, he did. But guess what? He loved animals more. And that's how it all began. What? Have you ever heard of Old MacDonald's farm? E-I-E-I-O. Well, that's who he was. The man was Old MacDonald. I told you I was going to read about an old man. And he just didn't like animals. And here's the thing. Sometimes we say we don't like something, and really we haven't even tried it. It could be a kind of food. Broccoli. Do you like broccoli? No, I don't like broccoli. Well, have you ever tasted it? No, because I don't like broccoli. Well, how do you know? Well, he had already decided he didn't like animals. Cat shows up and kind of likes the cat. The cat's good company. Good company. Well, so then the second cat shows up. And I like the way the first cat was a little skinny cat. The second cat was a big cat. And then what came along? A dog. A great big lovey-dovey dog. And next thing you know, he had many, many animals. But you can't have cows and pigs and goats in an apartment building. Do you see? He lives in an apartment building. You just can't do that. Doesn't work. So his neighbors got, hey, get him out of here. And he loved his little tiny home, the apartment, but guess what he learned? He loved the animals more. So, where do cows and goats and pigs, where do they like to live? A farm. And cats like farms. And of course, goats and a dog. Gotta have a dog if you have a farm. So he found a new place to live. But the bottom line is, he didn't know he loved animals until he tried it. Right? Love that book. That is The Man Who Didn't Like Animals. And then let's talk, I was going to talk to you about something, getting smaller. This is just a term in language that we use. So they get rid of the animals and they're filing out the door. And there they're going out the door. Can you see them with their heads down? They're sad. They like Mr. McDonald. They didn't want to leave. And as they're walking away, do you see they're getting smaller? And they aren't really getting smaller. It's just as things get farther away, they look smaller. If a tree, if you're up to the tree and it's really big, but then you go way, way far away, the tree doesn't look as big. So that's what they meant by saying that they got smaller. They didn't shrink. Anyway, Deborah Underwood wrote this book, and I hope you enjoyed it. I saw it at the library, and I said, I think my friends would like that one. And then Strega Nona. You gotta love this. And look at me. I brought my pasta pot. And here's some pasta. Now this pasta is not cooked, so it's hard. But if I put it in hot water, it would get soft and it would look just like spaghetti. Now, pasta is the term for noodles like this. But if you want, do you like macaroni and cheese? With those little macaronis, that's pasta. Yeah. You can get pasta in all kinds of shapes. So if I say, you are a person, pasta, person. But if I say, you're a little boy, I might say, this is vermicelli. That's a kind of pasta. See, we have the big terms, and then you might be a fifth grader. Oh, it might be macaroni. And so pasta is the word that covers all, no matter what shape it is. You can get little shapes like bow ties. Have you ever had bow tie pasta? Yeah, it looks like a bow tie. But it's all pasta. See? Well, I thought the magic pot was fabulous, but here's the problem. Big Anthony was peeking in there, and he saw Strega Nona singing the song to the pasta out, and all of a sudden the pot had pasta in it. He thought to himself, oh boy, that looks easy. I can do that. But guess what he missed? He didn't see her, what? Blow 3 kisses. That was very important. If you didn't, you could sing the song perfectly, but if you didn't, oh, look at this. If you didn't do the blow the 3 kisses, look what happened. It just kept making spaghetti, more and more and more. And you know, the townspeople, they really were mad at Big Anthony. They wanted to, throw him in jail or something. But Strega Nona said, no, I have an idea. The punishment must fit the crime. That means if the crime is you made too much pasta, then you're going to eat too much pasta. It's a great story, and I just loved it. And again, I just wanted to bring it and share it with you. We will get to that other book, The Library Fish, I promise you. This has been fun. And I hope that you will also look for the Book Lady on YouTube. Yes, I'm on YouTube. And all you do is type in the Book Lady, and I guess you find, and we have read hundreds of books. And you can find so many books there. You will love them. Tell your cousins, tell your friends, tell your parents that you can have your own little story time with the Book Lady, and we do have a lot of fun. We talk about the books, and I'm going to head to the library when I leave here. And what am I going to do? I think I'll get 2 more books and bring them to you to read. Oh, hasn't this been fun? And I hope I see you next time. And until the next time, who am I? What? I'm the Book Lady. Bye-bye.